I was going to ask the question of what superhero would you want to have a turd toy of?
Like in the video?
Yeah, we already got a Spawn. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd choose Spawn as my turd toy.
I still stand by the most important part needs to be that it poops. It must poop candy. Otherwise, I'm not buying it.
And it has to be candy, and really good candy, too.
Not actual poop.
You surprisingly have a very similar likeness to candy.
We have similar candy taste profiles. Also similar poop taste profiles.
Apparently, we both like eating different types of candy that is similar to poop.
That's right.
There's got to be a Jelly Belly that simulates that flavor profile for you.
They got jelly beans for everything.
They really do. It's like Harry Potter, basically.
Basically, they're like Harry Potter.
Yes.
But with
Spawn is... We're talking about Spawn 300 all the time.
Right.
Every other conversation is Spawn 300. And we're talking about Spawn 600 right now. Let's just double it. What's going on? Because this is funny. Because Todd McFarlane, he's gone out and said, you know what? We're breaking records with Spawn. But you know what? He wants to bring it to 600. Now, is he doing it because 600 is just a number that he's just thought about since he was little? It's like, I just got to get an independent comic book to 600. Is he thinking about it because it just that number means something to him?
It's his favorite number.
Is it his
600.
favorite number? What? It's why did he double it, and why is he so outspoken right now? Well, he's gone on record to explain himself.
Todd McFarlane has a huge goal. All right. He's at 300, which is already record setting, but he wants 600. Okay. And he wants this so badly. He's already got 12 versions of the cover in 300 SpiderMan 300 format. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't. He doesn't yet. But the reason he does want to reach this huge number, which took him 27 years to get to 300. So he'd have to spend another 27 years to get to 600. And that's a huge commitment of time, obviously. But he's doing it more for not for creative reasons. Like he's got this vision of where the story is going to go. It's more like he wants this unreachable point that anybody who even thinks about trying to pass him is just going to feel defeated and have no chance whatsoever of spending 50 years of their life to get to that point.
Feels like the wrong reason for me.
Yeah, he just wants to do it. He's already won. Like he's on top of he's the
longest
GOAT,
running independent comic, right? That's what the record we're talking about is.
Yeah. Longest running independent comic book, and he just wants to secure the spot so well that we're talking legacy. And at a certain point, some of these creators and these moguls, money isn't a thing anymore for this guy. He doesn't have to draw Spawn.
Yeah, it's the glory.
Yeah, it's the legacy. So he's talking legacy right now. That's kind of fun. I think you're right. It's like not for creative purposes.
What's a good second place? Well, who else has come even close? Like Walking Dead was 180 something, right? Like
Cerebus went really long.
Cerebus, it beat Cerebus's record. That was the leading at 300.
Oh, was that the
I
leading
think
one?
301 maybe beat it, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, Walking Dead was next, and they were just like, okay, well, we did our path. We're done.
They were really reaching for story ideas like for a while.
Even Kirkman was saying that in the notes at the end of 193. He was like, I actually ran out of stuff to talk about like around 100, but then people demanded it, so I just kept it going. So like he was ready to acknowledge that.
I've always thought that like if you're just trying to tell the story for reasons beyond the service of the story itself, you're not doing anybody any favors.
Sure. Nah. I don't necessarily disagree with you. I do like the idea that he's thinking long term that he's not going to stop doing what he's doing.
I mean, it's better than him being like, cool, made the record, I'm out, like I'm retired, I'm done. Like at least he's still sticking around and contributing to his creation.
Let me tell you about meeting him again on the show floor. I was walking by to get my signatures from Humberto Ramos, and I walked by John Boy. John Boy is talking to Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane's just standing in front of his booth, just in public, just standing there. I stop in my tracks to turn around to wait, and then I realized, like, as I'm waiting, I'm like, oh, this isn't cool. Like, waiting, it's just not a good feeling. But he is Todd McFarlane, so like, if there was someone that you potentially could meet in that situation by happenstance, it's someone that you would typically have to wait hours and hours to just have a quick second. So I thought maybe it was worth it. It seemed like he was at the end of the conversation, but I experienced what he has to do probably regularly at conventions when he wants to be among the people, which is a very, very sneaky move. This is what he did. This is what he does. He doesn't avoid you because that would be rude. He just doesn't look at you. So as he turns away, he sees me. He gives me the handshake without making any eye contact with me, and goes, "Good to meet you," and just keeps walking. And it's brilliant because there's no engagement that makes you have to stop. Because if you stop, the swarm happens. There was already like a buildup of like 5, 6, 7. If he waits even a second, it starts happening. So it was a smooth move. I respected the move. He's got it down.
How do you think it would have been if you like just kept holding his hand and walking with him? Like
just start walking backwards.
Just
great to see you, Todd.
Interlock fingers, or like
I'm your number one fan.
Tickle his palm or rub his arm. Like, would he turn around at some point? I mean, like, how do you get the attention?
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, I felt like a goober for a second as I did it, but it was just so last minute. Like it just happened and I reacted. I waited all of 15 seconds as I was like, oh, isn't going to happen? Because Rob Liefeld, that happened to me at Cal Comic Con where he just was there. I'm like, oh yeah, stopped and talked to me for a couple minutes. Told me about stuff he was like looking for art to buy and stuff. So whatever.
Yeah, and he stopped by our booth in New York. I forgot to mention that too.
Yeah, I saw that picture. I totally missed him.
Yeah, I didn't post it, but he was cool. In and out. What's up? He's on his way. Just, he kind of darts in, darts out. He's always on some type of mission, it feels like, every time I see him.
Yeah, he's going to the go-go.
He really is.
All right. I have another comic book that I'm super stoked about. Police Comics. And here's the thing. I can't even remember the numbers of them because you literally brought them back today. You packed them in your stuff. And then Jeff had them in his like luggage because we brought so many books back. But I picked up 2 Plastic Man comic books at this show from Torpedo Comics because they have this collection of books from a collector who made notes on little sticky notes on the back of every single comic book that he had from the Golden Age. And it literally is like, it has the year, it has like just basic information about the book, the cover artist, the writers and stuff. But it was part of this one collection, and this collector had a bunch of Golden Age comics you just never see. So I've bought a few of these, and it's every time they bring it and I find more Police comics that are Plastic Man on the cover, like I want them. One of them was like Plastic Man turns into the human guinea pig or something like that. Like I haven't cracked it open. I didn't even see what's in the inside. Most of these are beat to hell, but it's a cool thing to have the note on the back of the book, and it's kind of become a thing to hunt for me.
Yeah, that's the William Pera collection, I believe, that Torpedo unearthed. And not all the books were in bad shape. There were some nice ones. That came out with an AF-15, Amazing Fantasy 15, that came out as a 9.4.
I heard about that, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Journey into Mystery 83, First Thor, that came back as a 9.2. And a Wonder Woman 1 was in there as well. So it was a pretty major collection. And I definitely got a few pieces myself from there. But those Police comics are great. I mean, to get into Golden Age at a reasonable point with a cool hero, I mean, that's the way to go. Police is awesome for that.
It's good books, man. What about you? There was another book that you wanted to share that you enjoyed?
I did get a Planets comics, and I've talked about those before. Yep. It's like one of the most profound or most important sci-fi title in the Golden Age. And the first certain amount of issues, I forget, like it's 24 issues or so, are called rivet issues. They have rivets in the title. So I picked up issue 22, 6.5, beautiful 6.5 copy. And so I was excited about that because I just like that title, and many people do as well. And it looked like an 8.0 book. It was gorgeous. So I was excited to get that.
It was a cool book, man. All right. Our second story, and I just throwing this on here because I think it's just fun. I think it's just a silly thing that it just popped up on the news radar, and I'm like, all right, let's just bring it up in the after show. See who wants to come join us, talk about Marvel legalizing marijuana in the MCU.
Yeah, that's I don't know if
the Marvel comic universe, that is.
Yeah, and it's in Daredevil, and of course it's our friend Kingpin.
Notice that Amazing Spider-Man issue 50 behind me, graded at 8.5.
That's a
yeah. Notice it with your ears on the audio portion.
Right.
Go back to the video and then look at the book behind it.
There wasn't a book back there for a second, and these guys are like, you can't just have an empty frame. Because I graded my crow at the show. I want to get it pressed.
I'm excited to see what happens with that, man.
That's what's missing. Okay, I was trying to figure out which one is different.
But anyways, the Kingpin, he is legalizing marijuana.
He is now the mayor of New York, and he is trying to legalize marijuana, and it's in the Daredevil title. And he's finding out how difficult it is to go through the political channels, all right, of doing things. And he's like, I got all the resources and all these other things, but he can't.
He's like, I can grow the crop.
Yeah.
He's got the whole plan.
He's just trying to kingpin it. Like he's not like a democratic socialist now trying to end the drug war or something, for the good of humanity. He's definitely seeing his own way to get money out of this, which is pretty clever for a guy like that.
Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to go through the political channels, but having to play a political game, which isn't going so well for him. And I don't know what's the outcome's going to be, but it's interesting that, how they're approaching this and the perspective of it.
Yeah, it's a nice reminder. Like Marvel Comics, they're not afraid to kind of go into a little bit of the taboo a little bit, I mean, I some of the most famous collectible comics are like literally labeled as drug issues.
Green Lantern, baby.
Right?
Yeah. What's it, 85? 84?
70 something, but I really don't know. I should know the number.
76 is the first Green Lantern,
Bronze
Green
Age.
Arrow, whatever, Bronze Age book. But yeah, you got the drug issues. You're right with Speedy, and then you also got SpiderMan, right? 98.
That's right. Yeah, the pills.
Yeah, you got the who was that was going through that?
Osborn.
Right? Yeah.
Harry
Osborn. Yeah, that's right. So those are two important books for sure.
Absolutely.
So Kingpin is the mayor of New York City in the comic, and he has now legalized marijuana in New York City in the Marvel universe.
That's
so,
correct.
Just a thought exercise, right? Who do you think would be the biggest stoner in the Marvel universe?
The biggest stoner in the Marvel universe?
I could see the Thing kicking back on the couch with a big bag of chips and just not answering the call for help. Somebody like that.
That's awesome.
That's
I see that
good.
already. Visually, I could just see that being. I could see Galactus maybe out in space,
Munching?
Galactus just chilling
just munching on
with
planets.
this tiny little thing. He's like, he's barely able to suck it in.
This is good.
Just munching on planets out there,
And I can see it. Yeah, like Bruce Banner or something.
That's right.
Because he's
Bruce Banner.
green.
Yeah, he's green, right? Turns you green.
Green, call it Bruce Banner.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Well, Marvel Comics making changes to the game. We're gonna have to follow Daredevil and see what's going down with Kingpin.
Nah, he's not long for this world. I'm sure he's gonna get booted out of office sometime soon. He's Kingpin. He's gonna screw up somehow.
All right, we'll have to follow and wait and see. All right, comic fam, thank you so much for watching the show, for listening to the show, and we will see you very soon. Remember, any platform that you're on, if you go and rate it, it's going to be doing us a huge solid. It helps the show greatly. We appreciate you. Geek responsibly.
Farewell.
Night night.